to get the little touch on. It's led to this corner, taken by Moore. Cowley with a fist this time. Cow, Moore.
Some memories, boys.
Come down for Rogers. Oh, what a goal! What a fabulous goal! Dave Rogers puts Shelbourne in front of the tie.
It's just, I still smell it. I still smell that match day experience and atmosphere.
You'll have to talk us through where the famous spot was, Dave, and show it to us.
Do you know what? I'm edging a little bit closer, Darren. I'm sort of. Seen a little clip where Ollie, remember Ollie? Sort of volleyed the ball back out, came out from a corner. Ollie's second phase, puts it back out. I think Morsey took a touch and whips it in, and I'm sure Ger O'Brien was challenging with one of their centre backs. And I think literally it must have been about here. Must have dropped about here. I gambled. I remember Pat was shouting me to get back in. Roger, get back. And no, I just stayed up and gambled. And Ger McCarthy. Like I said, went up and challenged, and it just sort of fell. And I think it was just about here on the angle, and yeah, the rest is history. Great memories. A little bit embarrassed talking about it again, but it's great. It's just brilliant. And I think I ran off and done that Alan Shearer celebration with just a hand in the air, like
straight to there,
straight to the corner. And remember Alan Corley was one of the substitutes that night, and I think Alan jumped out, ran all the way down, celebrated. And another little memory as well, all the lads jumping on me obviously, but Larry Byrne, physio. Remember Larry running around, I think he'd been to treat someone and he ended up joining in, but just great memories, Darren, and it's great to be back, and it's just great to see the club starting to progress again, because it's fantastic club, fantastic people. And
Dave Rogers, you won 3 league titles here. How does it feel to be back?
It's great to be back. Just saying, I can still smell the chip van down the bottom end, meeting the same old faces that were here when I was here. Great memories, fantastic atmosphere. It's a really good feeling to be back here and to see everybody and the way the club are progressing. It's great to see.
How different does the old place look?
Do you know what? It doesn't look that much different. Obviously the seats have gone from the stand at the bottom end, but no, it's still got that wonderful atmosphere. It's still got the feel. Obviously the railings are up now for safe standing, but no, it's great to be back and still ringing the same doorbell, getting through the main entrance. But no, love being here. Pleasure to be here and see everyone, and looking forward to a good game.
What was the first thing you thought of when you walked out onto the grass?
Do you know what? The first thing I thought of was just a little bit of sadness. Not in a sadness way that upset, but just sad that it's been so long since I've been back here. Every time I do come back, I have to say the welcome that I get from you guys and everybody on the board and the fans is phenomenal. But just a little bit of an emotional feel-good factor, if I can say, because we had so many good times here. Obviously everybody knows what happened back in 2006, and we all had to leave, and we didn't leave because we wanted to leave. We left because we had bills to pay and homes to pay and mortgages, but just to see the way the club's progressed now, and with Damien and his staff and the support from behind the scenes is a really good feeling, and it's a little bit emotional, but great to be back here.
What have you made of the turnaround within the club? Because 5-6 years ago, if somebody told us we'd be here nearing a sellout against Derry City on a Monday night, you would have thought they were mad. What have you made of the turnaround?
Look, if I go back to when Pat Fenlon signed me, I think everyone was together. There was a real togetherness, on the pitch, off the pitch. Obviously fans have expectations, and you're going to get that at every football club, but I can feel that togetherness, and I think Damien's he's brought that in. He's a no-nonsense person. I was lucky enough to do the UEFA Pro licence with him, and his standards that he drives and the mentality. But again, like you said, there's going to be a massive crowd here. Great to see Rudy Higgins in Derry City as well. Rudy's another one that's gone on and become a really good coach, and I've no doubt he's going to keep achieving great things with Derry City. But there's going to be a lot of talent on show. But no, I'm really excited. Great to be back here, happy. Hopefully we'll see a good game of football that will keep giving the League of Ireland a good reference and good recommendation out there for everyone to see. And yeah, it's just great to be back here.
You mentioned there you worked with the manager on your UEFA Pro licence. Are you surprised by the turnaround the club has had since he's come in as the manager?
No, because I'll tell you, the pleasing thing for it is that they've given Damien the time. To go in somewhere and to build something and to put structures in place. and to put foundations in place, you've got to be given time and support. And I'm delighted to give Damien that, because you know, it's there for everyone to see. I think this is his 3rd year now at the club, and every year has been progression, and that's what you want. That's what fans want to see. They want to see that. You know, the cup final obviously was unlucky, and it was a little bit hard to take for everyone, but you know, he's built up some great momentum. Big thing for Damien is what he demands off his players and his staff, which is that maximum effort. And if I go back again under Pat Fenlon, I think as a group we were the same. You know, we'd come onto the pitch and you'd give it your all, and we might not be outstanding technically gifted players, but we had a team spirit, we had a togetherness, and we had a real bond. And Damien's recruitment has been excellent. He's got 1 or 2 good experienced players helping the young lads around, but you can see they'll run through a brick wall. And I actually made a comment on the pro licence when we've done presentations, and Damien, I said it, and I think he got a little bit embarrassed, but he's the type of manager that I'd run through a brick wall for, with his experience, his knowledge. Like I said, those demands that he puts on not just himself and his staff, but the whole group. And it's just great that it's coming to fruition, and long may it continue.
There were some great nights in this stadium. You were obviously on the grass for so many of them. Are you looking forward to being up in the gantry and talking about the game?
I am, yeah. That's why I brought my coat out with me. Be a little bit chilly now. Listen, your career goes quick. You know, if I can say to all these players, just make the most of it and enjoy every moment of it. And it's great to be here, back on the pitch again. And yeah, I'm excited. Looking forward to being up in the stands and you know, talking about the game, which, like I've said, we're looking forward to a good spectacle. I think both teams, you know, they've got fantastic squads. Damien and Shels are out there in front, and rightly so. You know, great start to the season. Rory, you know, it's disappointing for Rory's side because he's got a lot of injuries. He's had to deal with a big injury list. A lot of players that would walk into most teams in this league. But look, again, Derry City will provide a real stern test for Damien and Shelbourne, but really good spectacle. I'm looking forward to it.
It seems like a silly question to ask, considering the spot we're standing in. Very unsubtle in where we stood, but what's your favourite memory in this place?
Do you know what? Obviously the goal would come to mind, that, you know, in the Champions League against Hajduk Split, but I have to say my biggest memories are when we won the league, because the whole fans were on the pitch and you were jumping up and down and celebrating together. So for me, you know, winning cups is great, but when you win a league title and you do it over 36 games, and then you do it on your, you know, on your home pitch, and the fans are there, and that's the special moments for me. But so many. Obviously the Hajduk Split goal, I will put that in, but just being a league title winner with Shelbourne and being able to celebrate it with all the fans, that's big special moments on my behalf.
Thanks, Dave. Welcome back and enjoy the game.
Thanks very much.